apparently they decided to roast the US. Let me see. Oh yeah, they decided to roast the US, mocking them for like their western like views because of the girl from Stellar Blade, right? We all know this for a fact, right? That like the Stellar Blade girl is hot, okay? We all know this for a fact. She is fucking hot, okay? All right? Hey man, I enjoy looking at beautiful women too. So, and I also like to play as a beautiful woman in a video game because why the fuck not, right? There's nothing wrong with that, right? But apparently there's some weird people in the good old western side of the continent or so that they think it's like these women don't exist, these really really hot attractive females don't exist, and apparently, it's like, or they look like, or some of them even think they look like children or something like that, which is mind-boggling in my personal opinion. Which is crazy, of course. And just recently they decided to, not on the internet. They didn't, so the Korean people didn't diss them on the internet. I think they dissed them on a news show in Korea. So they did it on a news like TV show, like live on TV or so, I think, if I remember correctly. And then they were dissing on them on the Western ideology of like, oh yeah, no, we have people who look like that. And they show even more pictures of the modeler that they used the model's body to base off the character in the video game. So I want to see what else they have to say, because this is what I've been hearing. So I'm very curious what they say and be like, And I'm wondering what they're talking about, because I'm curious.
Hey, what's up, guys? Rev here. So throughout this ongoing Gamergate situation, there's been two prevalent.
I forgot that we're in the Gamergate 2 thing because they don't we don't apparently on this side they don't want to make beautiful women. That's okay. That's okay if the Western side doesn't want to make beautiful women, right? If they don't want to make beautiful women, now just take my money and go somewhere else. It's very simple as that, That's why I've been playing more like more Asian games, because their women are hot, and so are the guys too as well. So
themes. Number one, members of the industry, whether it's game journalists or developers, openly espouting their hatred of white people. And that second theme is
oh yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, too. Yeah, they also hate white people. It's apparently it's a very very super common thing to be witnessing a lot of hate towards white people now these days. Apparently, so we haven't discovered cardio yet.
Absolute hysteria.
I see. That's probably the reason why. That might be the reason, Craig. That might be the reason.
With first. So for weeks, there has been immense outrage.
Who the heck wants to play as an ugly character? I don't know. Apparently, there's some people that want to play an ugly character. Apparently, apparently there's some people that do. So,
in particular, from game journalists about the design of this character, they are claiming that it's problematic in many different ways.
No, it's not problematic. She's beautiful.
Is that these
She's
journalists
amazing.
claim it is?
I'm just saddened that I can't play the demo though. Because I'm not paying $600 for a console, and then I have to pay extra for the game, which is like, I don't know, like $70, $80 or something like that for the game, right? Just to play a game, right? I don't want to do that. No, I'm not paying like $600-$700 for a console. All right, just to play one game while I compared to my PC, I'll just wait for this game to come out on PC, and then I'll play it on PC.
Unrealistic, which is very ironic because this character is, of course, a 3D scan of a real-life Korean model. Now, this is something that has been covered by Maxim Korea. This is a news outlet from Korea with over...
So I was right. It was a news article. Okay. It was a news. It was like the TV. It was on TV or so, or on the news or something, or I don't know. That is funny. Let me see. Oh, Maximum Korea YouTube released a video talking about realistic body types since in the West they are clowns. Maximum Korea is a men's media brand that offers magazines, websites, videos, and more for men who want to live their best lives. Oh, interesting. Overwatch, not the greatest game. I know. Why are you still playing? Why are you still playing Overwatch, EXO? Why do you torture yourself like that, huh? Why? Why do you do this, huh? I'm not gonna lie. I'll be honest with you. Korean women and men. Oh my god, they're so fucking hot. I ain't gonna lie. Korean men and women are so fucking hot. I don't know why. I don't know. I have no idea why. I'm addicted. No. That's not good, EXO. I used to be addicted once, but then I stopped, and then I felt better than ever. Korean men are Yes, they are. Korean men, I love both, so I don't mind a little bit of both. So, but Korean men and women, oh man, dude. Damn, they're living the high life when it comes to some of their beauty standards, I'll be honest with you.
1 million subscribers on
They're just
YouTube
hot, okay? God,
they have
fuck.
recently re-released their interview with the
Jeez, look at the thumbnails. Oh my god. Korea's top sexy model, icon of loyalty. Damn, dude. Which of the following has a realistic body shape? Oh my god. Oh my god. Sheesh. Sheesh, look at the thumbnails. Oh my god.
Eve, and they've also released
I'm about to simp. I'm about to
the
simp.
outrage surrounding this character in the West, and they would address this whole
Delicioso.
situation
Bien delicioso.
as the product of political correctness.
Picasso looks beautiful.
뉴스 시작합니다. 여러분, 현실적인
What is the
몸매란
realistic body
무엇일까요?
type?
현실적이란 말.
Well, the realistic body type is what she has. That's basically the realistic body type. It's like more slim, you know, with curves and like not being fat. That's basically the realistic body shape. It's just not being fat. That's it.
말을 정의하기 어려운 일이지만 최근 비현실적인 몸매라고 비판받은 한 사건이 있었습니다. 게임 웹진 IGN 프랑스에서 한국의 게임 스텔라 블레이드 대부
Hey cat, how you doing there, hun? Welcome. Subaru. INCERN will use the particle accelerator tomorrow to try to detect invisible particles during the solar eclipse. What? What are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about. Just a heads up, I'm gonna turn it to the reverse flash tomorrow. Alright, well, you do that, Subaru.
대부판을 평가하며 게임 속 등장인물인 이브는 그저 몸이 건조하다.
You know, it's funny, this all started because of some person in France, IGN France. Editor-in-chief has a meltdown apparently about the Stellar Blade. It's literally someone in France. I bet you $10 is like his wife or whatever, or his girlfriend is not as hot as, you know, as the Korean modeler or so in Korea that they based off the you know, they based off the body for the character or so, and that's probably why they're so upset. You know, they're like, fuck man, why is my wife or slash girlfriend that hot? You know.
여자를 한 번도 본 적 없는 누군가가 만든 성적인 측면이 부각된 인형이다 라며 비난했는데요. 하지만 여러분 아시는 분
Who has never seen a woman? Yeah, he's probably never seen a real woman. I'm gonna be honest with you. This person who is the France IGN person, he's probably never seen a real woman. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he started seeing freaking Gorloth the Goliath or so, you know, from that one person from the podcast or so, you know, that super really obese person, you know.
이 게임에 등장하는 이브 캐릭터의 바디 모델링은 맥심
What are you talking about? There's a real woman right in front of you. What are you talking about, Shimu? You literally see it in the video.
표지 모델이기도 했던 신재은 씨를 기반으로 제작됐습니다.
God, Jesus Christ. Holy shit, she's so hot. Fucking A, dude. Explaining to the wife, the skin suit increases the difficulty. Man, she's fucking
현실에
hot, dude. I ain't gonna
존재하는
lie.
사람의 몸매를
Sheesh.
기반으로 모델링한 캐릭터의 몸매가 비현실적이다. 이런 말이 되려나요? 요즘 여기저기서 많이 듣던 정치적 올바른 관련 이슈가 터진 건데요. 그래서 맥심에서 신재윤 씨의 몸매는 실제로 현실에 존재하는
Therefore to educate the Jaehoon's body is indeed realistic and exists in reality. Damn, dude, just throw shade at them, you know, just tell them, be like, of course it fucking exists, you morons. You know what would be funny if they said, you can also achieve this body too if you decide to take care of yourself and stop eating fast food. Oh man, it'd be so great if they actually threw shade back at return, you know? Women are government PSY op to make men work in society? What? What are you talking about? I don't even understand that.
현실적인 몸매라는 걸 교육시켜드리기 위해서 신재윤 씨의 표지화보 촬영장 모습이 담긴 영상을 다시 한번 공개하기로 했습니다.
So if you want a link to that video, I will put it in the description if you want to check it out. But like
I'm gonna be checking it out pretty soon, I ain't gonna lie.
I said earlier in the video, there is another ongoing theme throughout this Gamergate situation, and that is members of the industry openly sharing their hatred of white people. And to do that, we return to who else but Alyssa.
God, this fucking person. God.
The senior editor at Kotaku, who is responsible for this Pulitzer Prize winning article about the Sweet Baby Inc. situation, where she intentionally omitted key details of this situation because she didn't want her friends in the industry to look
I know.
She's
Tell
also
me about it.
responsible for this
In the 80s, they replaced birds and women with drones to monitor the... What are you talking about? Shiba, are you okay? I think you've got a little bit on the deep end there. You're going on some weird conspiracy stuff that we're not even on that topic anyways.
And this would be mocked.
We're just talking about Korea mocking westerns or so because of the idealistic body shape
like
or
any
so.
other bad sequel, she has released another tweet trying to defend this notion.
Okay, what does it say this time? Racism is about systems of power. Therefore, you cannot be racist against white people, the dominant group that maintains and rules almost all power systems in the Western world, period. What the fuck did I just read? What is this? And there's some.
She would once again this is from a few days ago, where she says, racism is about systems of power. Therefore, you cannot be racist against white people, the dominant group that maintains and rules almost all power systems in the Western world. Period. Now, of course, if
you can't be racist towards white people because they rule over everything in the Western side. Yeah, we're just gonna forget about, you know, Barack Obama, who is the most powerful individual in the Western side.
Quite a few brain cells there just hearing that statement.
Yeah, we're just not gonna pretend we did have a black president. We're just gonna forget about that, right? We're just gonna completely forget about that, right? We're gonna forget also that Hispanics, Mexicans, and all Latinos and Latinas have their own businesses, right? We're just gonna forget about that, right? We're just gonna forget about that, right? Yeah, they're all owned by white people, so...
If this was an intro class at a liberal arts college, she would probably get a pat on the back for this statement. But a lot of people, rational people, have an issue with this. It is very strange that someone like Alyssa and other members of the game journalism scene have spent more time over the past couple of weeks defending...
There's only one race that immune to racism, and it's some fraction in the population of the Philippines. Look, we have European, Asian, and possibly African ancestry.
Racism against white people.
No one's pretty much immune. You can be racist to anybody. So.
You know what? You can look up any definition of racism. You will never find an exemption for white people listed in there. Also, if you want to argue semantics, I can make this even more simple for people like Alyssa. All you got to do is ask them a very simple question. Do you think it's appropriate to treat people poorly based on the color of their skin? If you don't have an immediate answer to that and you have to give paragraphs of explanations as to your answer, you're part of the problem. Normal people don't think it's acceptable to treat people poorly based on the color of their skin. And this is something that people like Alyssa have been fighting for their lives to defend for weeks
That's true, Shoko.
in a row.
That's very true.
It is not something
that's
that
very,
is
very,
valuable
very
to their
true.
career in any sort of a way. In fact, it looks bad on them for their career, and also the people that they're attached to, like Kotaku, for example, on all of this too, confirming many of the preconceived notions that gamers have about people in the industry. Well, she would continue with more rationale behind her statement, saying, and no, your pseudo-intellectual little, well, what if you swap in the word black for white stuff doesn't work because race doesn't exist in a vacuum, and the effects of the last couple of centuries of racist institutions are still here, prevalent every day. Thank you, kick rocks. Racism and prejudice are not the same. I know 6th grade was a rough 3-year period for you, projection. I'm not letting you all dogpile in the comments, so go circle jerk somewhere else, where of course she locks the replies to this thread. And of course, if she's going to give lessons about things like prejudice, I will give her a quick lesson in what
Who is this person? Like, who is this weirdo? Like, this person's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, this person is actually legit crazy. I feel like they are mentally crazy. Like, there's just no way, right? They're crazy. They're actually legit crazy. Oh my goodness gracious me.
Here is the dictionary definition, okay? You can see listed right here. An irrational attitude of hostility directed against an individual, a group, a race, or their supposed characteristics, which basically sums up everything that Alyssa
it doesn't mean you have
gaming
African
journalists have
descent,
been
though.
saying about white people, about men, and other characteristics of people they don't like.
They are crazy.
Now,
what are you
course,
talking about?
It's not just race that Alyssa has an exception for. It's also ageism. So we have this tweet from about a year ago saying being ageist is bad except when it's about old white dudes in games journalism.
I don't even know what the fuck ageism is. Never heard of it.
And recently she's been attacking Mark Kern, mocking his age because he is 56 years old. And this is something that, again, is not acceptable. What does his age have to do with anything? And why does anyone's age in the industry have any relevancy whatsoever? But this is reflected in other members of the industry who've been attacking Mark Kern. You have this individual, Kim, saying, folks, we got a guy the same age as your dad looking to protect the hot gamer girls of the world. Absolutely nothing creepy to see here. Just an old man looking out for your daughters. Note, must be hot. Interesting fan fiction you wrote there. Very strange amount of detail that you came up with using your own imagination about this situation.
Right.
But of course, if you look at their profile, they're a director at PlayStation. Ah, yes. Well, this whole idea of people getting into trouble on social media for these types of claims is something that can be directly tied.
Some might not, but everyone does. Oh, if you're gonna use the sound bites, right? I haven't gotten into work properly, so you have to type in the command that's in the description or so that when it pops up, that's why. In order for you to do it. Just usual stuff, Shimu.
To someone
bunch of shenanigans.
Liana Ruperts, who is a now former
basically Gamergate
Destiny
2,
2
basically.
community
That's what it
manager
is.
And co-lead of accessibility at Bungie. Because recently there's been a round of layoffs at Bungie, and unfortunately for Liana, she was one of the people who was let go. Now, of course, we don't know the actual reason in particular.
There are a lot of crazy people out there, to be honest. I'm surprised we haven't opened up an insane asylum again because of all these crazy people. Like, these are very mentally ill people. Like, no joke, like 100%. I think you guys should have never got rid of the insane asylums or the mental institutes, you know, or these crazy places, right, to keep crazy people in there, because like these people are definitely they're definitely crazy. They're definitely crazy. They're not mentally well.
But a lot of people have been tracing it to some of these statements shared by Mark Kern, where this community manager would make many anti-white comments, like this down here, saying people of color can't be racist against white people, and replying to another person saying sounds about whites, and down here saying because he's a mouthy little white boy. Yeah, see, here's
Damn, this kind of reminds me. This kind of reminds me of like Uka kind of not Uka, Uki Violetta kind of type of thing. This gives me Uki vibes. Sounds about white. Oh man, dude. Damn, dude. A lot of them are coming out of the woodworks, aren't they, huh? A lot of them are, you know, well, they've been here, but like, damn, dude. That's crazy, to be honest.
Here's the thing. If you're a company doing a round of layoffs, you have a lot of difficult decisions to do. And if you're looking for people to get rid of, I would imagine the people causing controversy on social media would probably be the first ones to go. I mean, this does nothing for your company.
Yep.
You're alienating
That's true.
people
That's
on
true.
social media, in particular, potential customers. I don't care how many members of the industry come up and applaud you for attacking white people. A lot of gamers are going to see this and feel ostracized or alienated by these comments and are going to go somewhere else and not support the games that you're a part of. But of course, when Mark would share this, they were hit with comments like this saying, bro.
Yeah, anyone can be racist. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. I have one of my family members who is like a full-blooded Salvadorian, right? She's racist towards Mexicans. So like you know, like she's racist towards Mexicans. She does not like Mexicans whatsoever. So never understood these anti-white shit. Like, bruh, why would I openly antagonize former and successful colonizers? I'm basically just proving to their extremists we are their enemy and giving a reason to be recolonized.
You are the problem with white people. So not only is this statement racist, of course, it's also greatly misinformed, where the note would hit them with this saying Mark Kern was born in Taipei, Taiwan, and as stated in the past, he is ethnically Chinese. Of course, it's always the white people that are hurting these individuals on Twitter.
So dumb.
But moving forward, Liana
so
would
dumb.
address this round of layoffs and the people that are sharing these screenshots of negative things she has said about white people in particular, saying this: I'm not going to defend myself because there is nothing to defend. My character will speak for itself. I refuse to let myself be a pawn in a grift game. Leave me out of it. My actions speak for themselves. My words, especially in the last 2 years, where I had done a lot of shadow work to heal, speak for themselves. Now you can see Savvy here, she's been featured in a couple of our previous videos. She asked a very simple question that would not get an answer from Liana, saying, do you choose not to defend your actions because it would be difficult to explain? Your actions have been deemed inappropriate enough for termination. Do you genuinely think your phrasing was appropriate? Is it acceptable for anyone to use tweets as means of justification for termination? We've seen others lose jobs for less. And that's the thing here too. Like, the reason she's not mentioning anything specifically is because she probably has enough self-awareness to realize that those tweets don't look good. Okay, especially if
of course they
going
don't.
to future employment.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to have to explain those tweets to a future employer. Trying to explain why you think it's okay to discriminate against another group of people based solely on the color of their skin. It's a pretty hard position to defend, and I think people with self-awareness like Liana know that these things look bad. Okay, and that's why they choose.
Like, imagine antagonizing the French and they just go, "Fuck this shit. We're just gonna reconquer you all again." They'll eventually lose their patience.
To someone in particular who will realize very soon, fan behavior, to be honest, not worth the time or engagement. Twitter is not the real world, and this is the only place he has any relevance. Please go to therapy and heal some of that hate in your heart and leave me out of your trauma. The conversation on my side is over. I regret to inform you this is another round of projection. But of course, who are they referring to? Well, it becomes very obvious. So down here, someone says, hold up, what happened? Not important. It's not worth giving him more engagement. I refuse to contribute to him being paid to spread hate. Of course, she is referring to Mark Kern. And dismissing this entire situation as not important. You lost your job. So your job wasn't important.
There you go.
This criticism being levied
W
against
Korea
by
moment.
gamers, by the way,
I think what they should have done in the Korean part, right? Like, Korea should have threw shade back in return and be like, yeah, you can have this realistic body shape, only if you decide to not eat fast food all the damn time. They literally should have just thrown shade at the Westerners for thinking that this body type is unrealistic. Like
customers on the project you work on
100%.
is not important. Very strange to say. But of course,
Like even I'm working towards that specific body figure anyway, so I'm not that far off actually, so.
Mark Kern lives rent-free.
It's just it takes me a little bit longer because I can't do a lot of exercises, a lot of workout stuff because I have messed up knees. So
minds of many people in the gaming industry, and it's definitely reflected.
Which gives
in
me
the series
kind
of
of a
tweets
big
by Khalif.
handicap,
So,
unfortunately.
He said this: "Looks like folks are DDoSing Compulsion's site. So whack. I feel for that team. They are sweethearts too." Now, of course, Compulsion Games has been one of the companies criticized for their woke agenda, and Mark Kern is one of the people who has helped spread the message about them. So this is what this individual is saying. They're trying to say that their website is being DDoSed, and you can see down here, this user says, "You got any receipts to share?" Because their website seems fine. Where Khalif says, "Nope, was an assumption due to the targeted harassment we are seeing." So down here, this person says,
so you just made it up.
An assumption of a DDoS on Twitter based on some alleged harassment campaigns, where Khalif says, "I personally wasn't able to access the site for at least 10 minutes or so." So basically, this guy's internet went out for 10 minutes, and he decided this must be the product of a harassment campaign. And in particular, they would directly address
Take care, Code.
this
Take care.
claim that it's Mark Kern. This person lives so rent-free in the mind of people like Khalif and other members of the industry that their internet goes out for 10 minutes and they think it's Mark Kern. Mark Kern did this to me. He's leading a DDoS campaign. It's absolutely wild.
And these people are so weird. These people are so weird, I swear. Every last one of them are just so freaking weird. Man, that's like conspiracy. That's like tinfoil hat conspiracy craziness, right? To think that one dude from Twitter DDoSed their website or something like that, So it's the same, but it ends it's your women are so scandalous, and then 10 seconds later they suddenly have these exotic women.
Now here's some more community managers
Exotic,
getting into trouble
very
and being
exotic.
exposed by Mark Kern. So he says this: "Were we misled? Helldivers 2 was lauded for their anti-politics stance by all of us. Now Helldivers community manager clarified why they banned people asking for LGBT capes." Now there's many tweets being shared, but I think this one really sums it up, where there's a lot of very strange tweets made by this community manager talking about white people and how they need to start listening to other races and basically pipe down that the parent-child narratives in gaming is one that is male-centric and doesn't need to be included anymore. Just a lot of very divisive stuff, right? And of course, I think you know how guilty someone like this feels when they immediately private their account the second tweets like this are shared. But of course, she would act on some of the notions that people were saying. When these tweets were shared, she would immediately change her Discord profile picture to remove any semblance of politics in her bio, just going to a normal, generic profile for her Discord. And of course, as we can see here, Mark Kern would say, "I'm going to have to revise my opinion. Helldivers community manager blocked me." Edited statement below: "As I've reported, community managers have to toe the line or be ostracized by other CMs. The fear is real. Silence is seen as complicity." Now, that's something that we kind of covered in yesterday's video where we talked about the woke initiative Bridge. Now,
Jeez.
Bridge is a DEI initiative that wants to literally spread this type of stuff into every aspect of your life. Now,
No, get that shit away from me. This is why I can never take like most of these things very serious, right? Because they like to shove it down your throat, right? And they want you to accept it, right? This is why there's a lot of things I just dislike, It's not just because like oh I hate it because I hate it kind of type of thing. I hate it because other people are just like shoving it like in your face and like trying to let you like trying to make you accept it, shove it down your throat, accept it, you know, and all this other stuff, right? That's I don't know. I think after a while you kind of start getting sick and tired of it, you know. You're just kind of like I'm like bro, like stop, like just stop, you know.
Through their studies, even they have admitted that a lot of companies have adopted DEI initiatives. For example, when things like Pride Month roll around, they will change their profile picture to a pride flag or do something like that, right? But they also discovered that these people in the industry, they're only doing these things because they feel like, one, it's good for business, or two, they're afraid of being canceled or attacked for not doing these actions. And of course, Bridge wants to basically brainwash them into believing it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, pretty much. So pretty much, and not in a good way either, too, as well. Like compared to like hentai, right? No, this is like basically you taking in like let's say what, a 12-inch horse cock, right? That's basically it's what it is, you know. It's not even fun, you know. It's just fucking annoyance, you know.
Principled thing to do. But that's another story. But maybe that's the case going on here because they immediately folded when these things were brought out into the public. But of course, people would quote Mark Kern's latest tweet with this, saying, "All I'm saying is that I've seen people get stomped out for less." So this individual sees a differing opinion about issues in the video game industry and immediately believes that Mark Kern should be physically assaulted. Yes, very normal people, by the way. And of course, another member of the industry who works with Cold Iron Studios, who I guess must share this opinion of...
If I open up a game studio in the future and I see anybody in my development team or in my team who works with my company spitting nonsense on Twitter, they will be fired immediately. No questions asked. They will be fired immediately. I don't give two fucking shits who you are. You know, you can be the lead game developer to my studio, right? Or be the leader of a team, right? If I see you speaking nonsense or so on Twitter and I catch whiff of it, I am fucking firing you on the fucking spot. I don't care. You are fired. You're gone. You're out of here. I don't need this shit in my company. So... that's all I'm basically saying, all right? One day, when I open up a game studio and I hire people and they are speaking shenanigans on Twitter, you know, and I see this pop up, I will fire them on the spot, like no joke. I'll be like, all right, sir, I'm gonna need you to sit down right here. We're gonna have a talk right now, and I'm gonna show them screenshots or so of what they posted on Twitter. No, they really shouldn't. They really shouldn't. And if they come up with no reason or so of why they decided to post that on Twitter, right? Like any nonsense stuff, right? Like any nonsense shenanigans, right? I would be like, all right, pack up your shit. You're out of here. You're no longer part of this team anymore. So goodbye.
This employee.
It's very simple. It's easy as that. It's easy as that. That's basically what I'm gonna do.
On Mark from the game industry.
Hey, Natsuko.
So here he says a Square Enix streamer.
It's because I don't have time for this shit. Like I honestly don't. We're trying to build up to be a good you know gaming company, right? And if one of my employees decided to post some stupid nonsense shit on Twitter, right? You know, and they're part of my team, right? I'm gonna be like, you're gone. You're out of here. I'm sorry, but you're fired immediately. So I don't need this. I don't need you to make my company look bad, okay? If you want to talk random shit and shenanigans, do it on your own time and away from the company's eyes, okay? All right, and do it to some other account, okay? But if I catch whiff of you actually, you know, of you doing this, right? If I catch you whiff of like saying shenanigans or so about like white people and like you can't be racist towards white people or anything like that, right? Or any of that sort of nature, right? Your ass is gone. Like seriously, no joke. Your ass is literally gone. I'm like, I'm not having this shit here, okay? Honestly, just not having it.
/creator wishes me things so bad he would get banned for them if he spoke them out loud. Let's see this tweet. I wish things for Kern.
Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna have like if that comes to that, right? Even the sexy personnel assistant? Okay, Craig. All right, let's be realistic here, Craig. Yeah, but like for me, Natsuko, I'm gonna be starting off as a small company, right? With a small team and everything, right? If I open up a gaming studio off in the future, right? I'm gonna be in tabs of what everyone's doing. And if I catch them, because these people report, like these specific people, like they give us the news, right? When it comes to gaming stuff, right? If I catch any of my team members being on this news affiliated saying about, oh, you can't be racist towards white people, you know, and all this like white shenanigans, right? All of this like whatever other shit, I'm gonna literally tweet underneath it and be like, get your shit out of your office, you're fired. I'll do it publicly on Twitter, because if they want to post that on Twitter, I'm gonna literally message underneath it and say, get your shit out of my office, you're fired. I will embarrass them in front of thousands of people, you know?
I will leave it there. Ooh, tough guy. Yeah, I will say things, but I won't, because I might lose my Twitter account. Clearly,
they should be the norm. They should get an instant termination if the fuck around and find out. Yep, pretty much that's how it is for me. Fuck around and find out, you know?
Check out this account and yeah, it adds up, right? But anyways, that's another round of some crazy stuff going on in the gaming industry. At this point, you get used to it. But of course, as more of this stuff gets flushed out and brought into the light, it's a good thing. It might be depressing to see all these members of the industry so openly hating a great number of gamers. But
it is a usual
thing. It's good to find
thing.
out who the bad actors are in the scene and to identify them and to avoid their products unless they are, of course, removed. But that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys all enjoyed. As always, feel free to share your thoughts.
It's okay, you know, it's all right. You know, these people are just not great in the head, you know. But I think in my personal opinion, the Korean news people should have just said, literally, they should have just said, oh yeah, this body is very realistic. Now, if only the Westerners can learn how to get this ideal body, because, you know, I would love for them to throw shade and be like, hey, you know, if you guys stopped eating McDonald's every single day or fast food, you probably would get this ideal realistic body too. Anyways, you know, that's the end of the video. But yeah, you know, you can comment, like, subscribe, do all that fancy jazzy stuff. And hey man, Korea W, you know, I love looking at Korean men and Korean women. So, you know, I think they're both fucking hot, you know. I'm so out of their league. Like, they're out of my league, like 100%. But like, man, they're hot though. Anyways, catch you all on the next video. Peace.